Welcome to week 2 of our midweek spiritual practices for Awakened Devotional. This week we're continuing our theme of renewal and specifically talking about embracing a new season. I love the words of Kohelet in the book of Ecclesiastes, which say, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven." This really resonates with me because it's true that life happens in different cycles. And some of those cycles are bad and some are good. But that hopefully the bad ones don't last for too long and that there is something on the other side. Recognizing the cyclical nature of life also helps us to appreciate the good times. Recognizing that life isn't always perfect, but to take stock of things that are going well when they are going well. I don't think we get a unified view of God in the Bible. That's a theological mistake that we make, is thinking that the Bible presents one view of God. If you look to the book of Job, for instance, we find a God who causes suffering, but I don't think that's the God we find in Ecclesiastes. Kohelet's notion of God as a God who is with us at all times and through all things, who doesn't cause suffering, but instead who wants us to live fulfilling lives, is a notion of God that really resonates with me, because I think that God promises to be with us at all times and through all things. Progressive Christianity recognizes that there are values in other religious traditions and embraces some of those insights. And one tradition that I have really found to be very meaningful is Taoism. And in Taoism, there is this concept that there is a Tao, a way, and it permeates all life. And if we are open to it, it can influence our own lives. It's like being in a river and finding the current. And if you go along with the current, it will carry you. You can choose to fight that current, but your life is much more difficult. That notion of the Tao has influenced the way that I think about God. Not God as this cosmic being that's pulling all the strings in our lives, but rather a God that is much more like the Tao. A God that is with us always, that connects all living things, and is there with us in our lives. And if we are open to that Spirit of God, then that can influence the way that we live our lives. If we choose not to be open to it, it's a bit like fighting the current. God is with us through all things. And I think that if we appreciate God's presence with us, it can help us get through even those seasons of our lives that are difficult. Today we'll continue our spiritual practice of breathing meditation. And if you are new to this, we will continue to take it slow. If you have been doing this for a while, feel free to meditate as long as you want. Last week I encouraged you to meditate for 5 minutes. This week we'll do it for 10 minutes. And I encourage you, as you're doing this throughout the week, maybe to set a timer if you are not used to meditating, so that you get 10 minutes in, and that can be a way to not have to worry about looking at the clock all the time. And if you do this often, then feel free to do it as long as you want. Today we're going to think about during our breathing meditation, what we're joyful about, what brings us joy in our lives. Focusing on that can be a deep spiritual practice, both to appreciate those things that are good in our lives and to help us through the difficult times. So again, find a comfortable place, perhaps in a chair, perhaps outside, and put your feet firmly on the ground and feel the earth beneath you. Close your eyes, lower your head, fold your hands in your lap, and begin breathing. Breathe in deeply, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to clear your mind and focus on your breath. And right now, try to focus only on your breath and let all other thoughts leave your brain. If you have trouble clearing your head, acknowledge the thoughts that pop in, but don't linger on them. Just let them go. Any thoughts that pop into your head might be like a stick being carried downstream by the current. Let the current, the Tao, God, carry those thoughts away from you so that you no longer need be burdened by them. And as you find yourself in a more centered place, the ground beneath you, and air in your lungs, your body in a relaxed position, focus on one thing in your life that gives you joy. Perhaps you can think of a person who's enriching your life. Maybe there's a new activity that is giving you joy right now. Maybe you're in the middle of a good book. Perhaps you're in a place, like I am, outside, that gives you joy. Perhaps there's a job, or a volunteer opportunity, or an event in your life that is giving you joy. Focus on that and allow yourself to feel that joy that is a gift from God. If there are other thoughts besides joy entering your head, simply return to your breathing. Refocus by breathing in and out. In and out. Let your body relax and calm, and return your thoughts to that which gives you joy. Let that joy radiate in your heart. And recognize that it is from God. And allow yourself to feel more connected to the divine, to God, to that cosmic force that connects all life. Again, if you find your thoughts straying from joy, simply breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And refocus on your joy. If you have trouble focusing, perhaps use your breathing in to say, I am joyful about. And then as you breathe out, say what you're joyful about. For me, I'm saying, I am joyful about my family. I am joyful about my family. And let that coincide with your breathing in and out, focusing on your breath and your joy. Take in a final breath in and out. And slowly, as you're comfortable and as you're ready, begin to open your eyes and to return to this place where you are. And to breathe out as you return to your life. This spiritual practice of focusing on that which gives us joy can be powerful, especially in those times that are difficult, but can also help us in the good times to take a few moments and give thanks for those places where we experience joy, because as we know, that's not always what our life is like. I hope this has been a meaningful spiritual practice for you, and that you will continue to do this, giving thanks to God for the joy in your life. May it be so. Amen.